So during treatment, patients access the dietitians by attending our weekly appointments, which are tied in with their weekly consultant appointment. During this clinic, the types of services we provide range from very basic nutritional advice, i.e. how to manage with a reduced appetite, how to try and manage when patients develop a sore mouth, right through to discussing the management of tube feeding for those people who may become dependent on a tube feed later in treatment.
The PEG tube is the device they inserted into my stomach to help me feed throughout the cancer treatment. It's going in was very easy, going out was very easy. So the operations, which initially I was concerned about, were really not a problem in the end. So I didn't need to be worried about those. But using it was an issue. You'd plug a syringe with water into it and you'd squirt that into your stomach. That was okay, I could live with that. The food was a difficult one because I was feeding at night.
Our role in supporting patients who are requiring a tube feed is to help them to manage the tube, so manage the cleaning of the tube and how to care for it, and also by liaising with the feeding companies who will deliver the feed to the patient. We prescribe an amount of feed that will be able to meet the patient's nutritional requirements, so it's quite important that patients follow their feeding plan very carefully.
I would happily sit there and eat nothing. So the only way I was ever going to get any nutrition was through this tube. And whilst, like a lot of people, I probably didn't want it, I'm glad I took it now on the advice of the doctors, because it would have been very difficult to have maintained my weight eating food through my mouth, which was sore with the radiation and blistered and other things. So it was actually more comfortable in the end to drink and eat through the tube.
I have to say my experience with the PEG tube was a positive one. I know some people are apprehensive about having a PEG tube fitted and managing them, but it really is nothing to be scared of. You're sedated when they put the PEG tube in. And in fact, I don't remember the actual insertion. I woke up and there it was. And after that, soon after it was inserted, then the saliva dried up and I couldn't swallow. And that was the case for the next 7 months.
The feeding tube did get blocked, once or twice in fact. And we used pineapple juice to unblock it, which was successful. We had to remember to flush it before and after. That was the key thing. And I think the reason it got blocked up was because we hadn't flushed it.
PEG tube, it was very necessary because I couldn't swallow hardly at all. It had really hurt to swallow, so I had to have it. It's just in the way all the time. But you strap it down here, there and everywhere. And the worst thing is sleeping. Because you're worried, you toss and turn, you're worried about pulling it out all the time. So you've got to try and sleep. Try not to touch it, or tape it down all the time. It's a nuisance. But, like I said, a necessity, so relieved when it come out.
It was a lifeline for me, the feeding tube, so I thought it was great. I couldn't really eat my mouth, so it was just fantastic. But I knew I mustn't get reliant on it. Neither did I want to be reliant on it.
It is helpful to have someone with you to begin with, because it's God, you've got the tube open and you've got to shut it and you've got to try and there's all things here, and then you forget to close it and you open it, it all comes out and you get in a mess for it. You can get in a mess for it, but my partner was helping me for a while. He didn't know I could do it on my own easy.
When Alison had her PEG tube fitted, she actually had it fitted during the main operation. I was worried that it might fall out and I was worried that it might get blocked. But again, all the care that we had and the people that were calling on us at home, they were regularly testing things and making sure it was turned around so it wasn't sticking, etc. So again, I had plenty of support about that. In fact, we did have a spare feeding tube anyway, just in case there was a problem so that was some comfort.
She mainly relied on the PEG tube for the feeding and even medication, water or through the PEG, even medicine through the PEG. Nothing could be taken through the mouth. So obviously the PEG was very helpful.
To anyone that's having a PEG tube, I would say do not worry. I have no worries at all, and the only worry that did cross my mind was when it was to come out, and the nurse or lady who took it out was amazing, and I hadn't realised it had been taken out because I hadn't felt a thing.
It was a good friend to me. I was quite emotionally sad when it had to come out.